Hey guys, I just wanted to show you a quick video of the steak deal that I got from FoodieDeals.ca in London, Ontario. Basically it's an 8-ounce AAA grade New York strip loin, and as you can see here, they're very juicy, fairly thick. It's similar to a steak that you would find in a higher end steakhouse or restaurant. You buy them in a case of 20, $100 a case, because it's like $5 a steak. You just can't beat the price. I'll show you how they come. They come in a cardboard case, and I just keep it in my freezer. The cases are fairly small size-wise, so they don't take up a lot of room. I've actually got 2 cases in my freezer. And yeah, so they come, they're frozen, they're aged 21 days, they're frozen, and then vacuum sealed. So they'll still stay fresh for a long time. And even if you defrost them, you can leave them in your fridge a few weeks. As long as they're still vacuum sealed, they'll be great. So I'm just going to prepare these so you can see. These ones here, they were defrosted overnight in the fridge. And then I took them out of the package and left them at room temperature for about 15-20 minutes. And you'll get a much better tasting steak if you throw it on the barbecue at room temperature, as opposed to just defrosting it and throwing it on the barbecue right away. So what you want to do, good tip that I got actually from the Foodie Deals thing, was they gave me a sheet when I picked them up, and that was to pat your steaks dry first. So we'll just do that here quickly. I'm not a master chef or anything, so excuse me for my technique. So yeah, I'm just going to pat these dry. Since they're fairly juicy, I like to use another plate to set them on after I pat them dry. And we'll just set that aside. Now after they're patted dry, I'm going to put a little bit of oil in them, and just to help the seasoning stick to the steak. And what they recommend is just salt and pepper, but not your table salt. You want to use like more of a rock salt. For me, I'm just going to use trusty old Montreal steak spice. So I'm just going to put a bit of oil on them. I just like to give them a light spray, just regular spray oil. And then I'm going to sprinkle just a tiny bit of New York steak spice on it. And then we're good to go to the barbecue. Okay, so now we've come out to the barbecue. And you want to start off with a good hot barbecue before you put your steaks on. You want to make sure it's clean. It's always a good idea to oil the grill lightly, just so that when you're cooking, your food doesn't stick, and when you go to flip it, then it peels off. So I'm just going to spray a light coating of oil on there. Now one key thing with steaks is you don't want to flip your steak too much. So you just basically want to put it on and let it cook. Me, I like them kind of medium rare, sort of, so about 3 minutes a side is good. So let it cook on one side for 3 minutes. While it's down there, I'll spice the other side while it's cooking. Just a little bit of steak spice on there. Don't need a lot. Then yeah, just let that cook for about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so now it's been about 3 minutes, so I'm just going to flip these over. See how good they're coming out there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful steaks. So I'll give that side another few minutes and then it should be done. Okay, so right now these steaks for me, they're just about done. So I'm going to take them off. Then I'm going to shut the barbecue off. One thing a lot of people don't know is when you turn a barbecue off, you should actually turn the tank off first. and that'll let all the rest of the propane that's in the lines kind of go through. Not a big deal, but just a little tip there. Okay, so let's have a look at these steaks. Very, very nice looking. Now we're gonna take them in and cut them up. Okay, so now we got our steaks all cooked, looking good, super juicy. It's always a great idea. Another good tip for steak is to, after you've cooked it, to let it sit for a few minutes before you actually cut into and serve it. For the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna cut into it right away, and oh, they smell so good. Let's just try this. You can see nicely seared on the inside, a little bit of pink in the middle there. That's how I like my steak. So good. Worth way more than just $5 a steak.